Forrester and number 14, Steve Livingston. And for the visitors challenge this afternoon, number 1, Andy Patterson. 2, Steve Brown. Number 3, Anthony Garnett. Number 4, Brendan O'Connell. Number 5, Richard Griffith. Number 6, Phil Chappell. Number 7, Mark Watson. 8, Carl Lindburn. Number 9, John Robinson. 10, Kevin Grimsby. Number 11, Mark Kinsella. And the substitute for Charles, number 12 is Steve Jones. Number 13 is Stuart Palmer. And number 14 is Sean Newton. The referee this afternoon is Mr. Pete Collington. And the assistant referee Mr. Steve Bassendale. Mr. D.S. Bryan. The reserve official is Mr. Mark Jefferson. Today's game is very kindly sponsored by Champ UK Limited.
Good afternoon everyone. Mascots have made their way from the field. Mascots today were Christopher Coultas, 13-year-old from Barton-on-Humber, and young Ben McNee, 7-year-old. Where's he come from? We're trying to have a look here. I don't think it says, does it? Yeah, he's 7-year-old. He goes to Eastfield Primary School. So, lads have enjoyed themselves so far. We hope Town can keep them enjoying themselves this afternoon. But we're up against it. It's the 1st of February 1997, Division 1 fixture. Town, of course, I don't know about rooted at the bottom of the table, but we are at the bottom of the table. And today we see the visit here of Charlton Athletic. And of course Town, who had a fine victory down at Charlton a couple of months or so ago, 3-1, which I think, I'm looking towards Martin to confirmation of this, I think that was our last league victory. No, big pardon, we beat Crystal Palace at home since that, but it's certainly a last away league victory. We only had the 2 anyway. Let's give you the Charlton side for a start. In goal is Andy Patterson, Steve Brown number 2, number 3 Anthony Barnes, 4 Brendan O'Connell, 5 Richard Rufus, 6 Phil Chappell, 7 Mark Robson, 8 Carl Lieburn, who's always a real handful, number 9 is John Robinson, 10 Kevin Lisby, and 11 Mark Kinsella. Charlton trying to hammer it forward, it's blocked out by Town. Men on the bench are Keith Jones, Stuart Barmer and Sean Newton. Ball goes out to play now. Let's give you the Town side because there are a couple of changes. Remaining in goal is Alan Miller, of course on loan from Middlesbrough. John McDermott number 2, Tony Gallimore number 3, Graham Roger comes back into the side at number 4. He played in midweek for the reserves at Hull, scored a goal as well. Looked like handball in there, but nothing's been given. Charlton coming forward, nice layoff, low shot well wide of the mark, but corner kick given out, must have taken a deflection somewhere. So Ashley Ficklin is out of the side today. Mark Lever is still at number 5, Tommy Witherington 6, he has come in for Nicky Southall, who of course cracked a bone in his hand. Michael Appleton is number 7, Jack Lester number 8, Neil Woods is 9 and Clyde Mendonca 10. John Oster scored his first league goal for us on Tuesday night, is at number 11. Gary Childs, Jamie Forrester and Shakespeare, the men on the bench. Corner to the near post, shot comes back in, almost again like Tuesday night. Boblin shot through the middle, wanted somebody to get a touch to it, thankfully nobody did. It's in Alan Miller's hands now. Referee today Mr. Coddington, Mr. Bassingdale and Mr. Bryan are the men on the lines. Big kick by Miller. Looked to me like there was some holding down there. Richard Rufus well over the shoulders. So 30 yards out, Tommy Witherington lining one up. Still Tommy Witherington with it, Neil Woods is there. We did try to pass our way through the bounds of the defence and very nearly did it on Tuesday night from a free kick. This time it's a shot, it's a poor one. Whoa. Tommy Witherington late on the challenge. Brendan O'Connell goes down. Free kick will be Charlton's. Down below us we have Kenny Dalgleish and Macca. Terry McDermott from Newcastle United. I don't know whether there's any interest in the Grimsby Town ranks for them, but let's not forget, of course, that they had 2 matches recently against Charlton Athletic in the Cup, and it could well be that on the back of that they're looking at somebody from the Charlton setup. Free kick for Charlton Athletic. Mark Robson with it.
Might have heard about Oster.
Yeah, there could be the Oster interest, of course. Nice one to the back post. Appleton was in there. He was a man getting the header away, but it comes back in. Gallimore only half away. Shot bobbles back in, and Miller all the way behind it. 3 minutes of the game gone. Town yet to threaten Andy Patterson in the Charlton goal. Miller gets real good distance on these kicks. Look, and Mendonca being hauled down again by Richard Rufus. He's a big handful, is this guy. McDermott will pick this up. Looking to thread it through the middle. Jack Lester. No, he's trying to push it back into McDermott's path. Ball comes out. This will be Leeburn. Kevin Lisby. Ought to be able to distinguish him from Leeburn. Leeburn is a real big gangly centre forward. Miller collects. Jack Lester out jumped. Here's Widrington. Poor ball. Goes back for it. Charlton down the line and out. Throwing for Town. Sparse crowd in here today. Of course, Charlton are never going to bring an awful lot of fans. There's a long way to come from South London. But they'll make a lot of row as best they can. And of course, on the back of the 3-2 home defeat in midweek, a lot of people will stay away as far as supporting Grimsby are concerned. So we'll probably see a crowd here, I don't know. I think we could be lucky to see just over 4,000. Ball looked out, linesman's flag was somewhat late. Offside in actual fact. Ball was still in play, so I might do him an injustice here. The decision is offside. Miller with the kick. Met well though by number 6 Chappell, given away in midfield. John McDermott won it, but Charlton immediately win it back. Barnes. Searching ball down that line again. Ball still in play, is it? Yep, McDermott did well. Alan Miller taking his time. Well in by Widrington, tries to get in again, but Kinsella gets there. Given away. John McDermott on the chest. Mendonca. Rufus will be with him. Still Rufus after him. Appleton. Never got a call. Mark Robson. Well, I think only Robson knows what he was trying to do with that ball. It's pretty poor one. Here's Oster. Given away. Neither side has come to terms at all with and not got to grips with it so far. Plenty of passes going astray. Brendan O'Connell. Town throw. Appleton. Mark Lever spooned it a bit. Patterson to start things off for Charlton. Mark Lever up. Woodrington getting in the way of Appleton somewhat. Leburn. Mark Lever tight to him. Well, the idea of the switch was good. I think it was probably Robinson taking the ball at pace, but couldn't do anything with it. Offside. Referee not very quick in seeing his linesman's flag. Miller. Mendonca. Got the header in but couldn't direct. Appleton. Back to John McDermott. Appleton again. Took a little bit of a kick here. Referee well placed to spot that. Mark Lever is to go forward. Gallimore will left foot this one into the area. Graham Roger in there as well. Understandably two big men. Right amount of air on it. Nobody chasing it. It was a good flat free kick in actual fact at the end. It only wanted a touch and nobody attacked it. John Oster. Ball still in play. Neil Woods trying to get in. This is Leburn. Referee saying get on with it. Lobbed forward. Mendonca looked offside to me. Nothing given. Town do get the throw at the end of it all. John Oster to take. Neil Woods. Hustled out. Well in by Widdrington. And again, whoa, dear. Dear, I thought it was a poor challenge. I thought that was a poor challenge and I suspect that Mark Robson feels that. That is a foul. The second time Rufus has tried to go through Clyde Mendonca. But shortly before that I thought there was a bad challenge by Tommy Widdrington. Thought he deserved more than the talking to. It's about the third time the referee's actually caught him once and given a free kick. That's the second time. But all the time he's been at the back of Clyde Mendonca. Here's Oster's free kick. Widdrington going after it. Got a long chase though. Now he blocked the clearance. Mark Lever up well. Mark Lever regaining his position. I'm looking to see where Graham Roger is. No, not finding men at the moment. This is Steve Brown. Hoists it up in the air. There is Graham Roger. Well played by him. Didn't take his eye off it, and Leeburn was bearing down. Free kick. Touch of handball there by Kinsella. Free kick taken. John McDermott. Witherington's available. Not now. Mark Lever. Has to go backwards. As does Graham Roger. Well played by Miller. Tony Gallimore. Good ball to Leicester. Nice turn. I thought again his ankles were clipped a shade. Leeburn. Mark Lever dragged out position. Brown with the throw. Robson's recovered. Brown again. Kinsella. Good ball. O'Connell. Cross should come in now. Robson. Nicely met. I think it went into the face of Appleton at the end of it all. Don't know if he knew an awful lot about it. Oh, Markin's gone astray. Graham Roger, good job he was in there. John Oster. Jack Lester. It was going to be offside if he played it to Clyde Mendonca, and again Lester taken a touch late. Andy Patterson. Leeburn up well. Gallimore, bit of time. I think he was. I think he probably was. Linesman's flag was very quick. Fans below us didn't think so. Good run by Jack Lester. He obviously set off very, very well. Whether he set off too well is another thing. I must admit, I thought myself he was just a touch offside. Away by Neil Woods. Jack Lester. Straight back through the middle. Well in by Gallimore. Bounced well though for Kinsella. Steve Brown. Away by Witherington. Appleton getting in, pushing through the middle, but hopeful ball as much as anything. Hammered away by Patterson. Up goes Leeburn. Bit of an arm in there, I thought. They'll switch it left side. McDermott's after the man. Charlton throw came back off John McDermott. 16 minutes gone, no score. In fairness, neither goalkeeper troubled at all so far. John McDermott disagreeing with that one somewhat. Lobbed into the middle, it's a nasty one. Oh, well played. Squares it back. And well, if that was a block by Graham Roger, that was one hell of a one, I'm sure it was. Corner's been given. Kevin Lisby was the man with a chance. Pulled back to him very well by Brendan O'Connell. Corner comes in, near post. Miller's there and collects. Miller clears. Well in by Witherington. Won it back. This time Town do get the free kick. Just about on the halfway line. John McDermott with it. Graham Roger goes forward. John McDermott hits it towards him. Chances there for Mendonca, skied it. Fell nicely for Clive. Wanted to get a bit of dip on it, but struck it poorly at the end, I'm afraid, and went right over the bar.
The first shot?
I think that's, yeah, as Graham says on our facts and figures, that is in effect our first shot at target. Well off it as well, I'm afraid. John Oster. Clive Mendonca. Well played, and well played by Witherington, finds Oster. Nice sharp football by Town. Graham Roger backs off into the middle, leaves Lisby to Gallimore. Well in by Gallimore. 19 minutes gone, no score. Steve Brown with the throw. Well in by Oster. Given away by Clive. Tommy Witherington couldn't get the challenge in. The ball just goes out, or did it? Only just. Mark Robson was after it, just couldn't quite keep it in. Alan Miller wasn't too sure, he still had to play for the ball. Barnes with a header back. That's Kinsella. Might be a good ball if it's caught. No. Caught it, but caught it late. There's a bit of space there for Charlton.
Mark Ellis. Mark Ellis, will you please contact the player's door? Mark Ellis, please contact the player's door. Thank you.
Appleton. Another Town throw. Jack Lester, a little bit of space for him. Oh, he's done well. Done even great. Oh, nearly got it to Mendonca. It's a shame. Oh, Tommy Witherington left the foot in. Silly challenge. Number 4, Brendan O'Connell. I think it's fair to say Mark Witherington wasn't letting O'Connell break with a ball. And that well, the stretcher's on. That's a sad thing to see. I hope that isn't as bad as this is looking. It looked a bit innocuous, there's no question about it. Tommy did leave his boot in there. I think he's gone back to say his piece, but that's a great shame if a man is going off as a result of a challenge like that. Where, no, stretches up, and it looks like so is Brendan O'Connell. But I bet he felt it. When you can see right in the nether regions. I remember some years ago at Derby County, Joe Waters actually, according to, I don't know whether it's rumour or whether it's true, but the story was that one of his testicles was split open in a challenge. And yeah, as Martin says, ouch. I think that's about, I might have said more than ouch actually if it had happened to me. Yeah. Anyway, that was another day, but everybody back on the feet. Appleton. Oh, well left by Leicester. He's hoping to get, by Mendonca in actual fact, hoping to get Leicester in behind him. Town with a throw. Nobody really available. John McDermott goes down the line. Ball in play. Clive Mendonca. In a sandwich, nothing given. Jack Leicester done well. Well, I'm as prejudiced as anybody, and I don't think that was a penalty. And number 11 Kinsella's going to get booked for it. The referee was right on top of it. Let's have a look what the card is now. Yellow. Well, I'm not quite sure. I mean, I'm looking to Graham for guidance here. Well, I thought it was probably in the area, but I don't even know whether it's really a foul. The upshot of it all is we've got a penalty and it's going to be taken by Clive Mendonca. One. Great penalty. Andy Patterson gets the right way. Nearly got a hand to it. Town go 1-0 up. In fairness to the referee, he is right on top of the thing. But I thought Jack Lester ran into players as against players knocking him over. We'll have a look at it at half time. No doubt everybody else will. But it's going to affect this game somewhat. It definitely needed a spark. He's got one now. Gallimore. Ball for Clive Mendonca. Lays it inside Tommy Widrington. The referee did his best to get in the way. Neil Woods through the middle. Oh, a late challenge. And again, here we go though. It's Oster. Oh, no. John Oster. And I think a man may be booked as a result of that challenge on Clive Mendonca. It was another late challenge on him. Number 2, Steve Brown, by the looks of things. Oh no, it is bigger, is it? It's Richard Rufus. Brown was putting his oar in. Richard Rufus was a man. Yep, yellow card. 2 bookings so far for Charlton. Well, hey up. Well, what can you say? Well, you can't say anything really. That's what's happened to him. That's why he's gone off. I think Tommy Widrington, in actual fact, just having I don't know whether it's a consoling word, but I mean, Rufus is a tough old character, there's no question about that, and he's been kicking a bit so far, but he obviously spoke out of turn as well. And off he goes. Well, it's a complete reversal of Tuesday night's game now. Mark Lever. I think the head was down as against feet up there. Here's Leeburn. Nice touch. Well covered by Oster. Miller. Nice little ball out. Gallimore. Now Leicester on the chase. Town throw. Oster finds Gallimore in space. Nice one to Leicester. Good turn. Tried to get the ball back. Neil Woods. Cracking ball. Look at this. Linesman dead in line. John Oster did seem to be in a lot of space. A hell of a ball back to him though. And Town with a bit between the teeth. Andy Patterson. Neil Woods in well. Graham Roger. Left to Miller. I don't think there's any question about it. They're tackling from behind. I mean, they're doing it to a man in the defence by the looks of things. I'm making a point of looking out for it now. And And I think you'll see that when there's no question Jack Lester and Clive Mendonca do shield the ball coming to them very, very well. No, we didn't want that. Graham Roger. Let's see the next time it comes through to one of those two. Whoops. Oster gives away again. Tommy Witherington couldn't reach it. Charlton switch play. John McDermott did well to keep that in play. Good skill. Well played. Number 3 Barnes offside. No, they definitely seem to be tackling Clive Mendonca and Jack Lester as the ball's getting to them. Now whether there's a bit of gamesmanship in there from Clive and Jack in sort of going a little bit before, I don't know, but let's have a look the next time it happens and we'll see. On the far side, Lisby. Chapel. Gallimore in. Just got enough on it. Oster. Oster staying on the line. Not a good one from Gallimore. Oster pinches it. Good. Oh, I thought he ran through. I thought he ran through the players. That was a close one. We've actually done that about 3 or 4 times to Charlton. They must be very, very tight, each decision that's being made here. We'll probably catch him before too long, I suspect. Well up again by Neil Woods. John Oster bundled over as he's kicking the ball. This time by Robinson. Tony Gallimore. Town 1-0 up after 26 minutes. Half an hour of the game gone now. Mark Lever was in there and he won that well. Now Clive Mendonca didn't reach him, might do now. Shades of handball, falls to Oster. Just tried to push it off. Couldn't get anything on it. John McDermott will have to keep his eyes peeled. This is Lisby. Held it up well. Chapel. Offside. Miller will take the free kick. Town 1-0 up. Well, I must admit, until a penalty was scored, I don't think either side had looked like scoring in a month of Sundays. But we're 1-0 up now. Charlton are down to 10 men. You've got to say we're in the driving seat. Little nudge there on Clive. What you've got to say is, are we going to be in a position to take advantage of all that? Good long ball. There's real speed on Lisby there. Seemed to slow down in the end. Good skill. This is Kinsella. Cross comes in. Nicely in by Graham Roger. Falls back to Charlton though. Kinsella. Barnes. Robson into the middle. No away by Town. Neil Woods has made a lot of space just inside Oster if he wants him. John Oster, great effort. And it almost went straight through Andy Patterson. That was hit with real force. It got a touch of a deflection on the way. I suspect that the deflection had an awful lot to do with Andy Patterson mishandling it. But there was hell of pace on that ball. Great shot by Oster. Well in by Kinsella. Appleton now. Missed out on the challenge. Straight through the middle. Miller's there. Collects it well. Well in. That's Mark Lever, is it? On the right wing. John McDermott with a throw. Appleton will make the run now. Oh, got to find somebody. Grimsby found Kinsella, man in the inside right position. Oh, took a bit of a nudge there from John Oster. Well played by Robinson. Half hit shot. Good early throw out by Miller. Widrington's a man in space. Can go right side to John McDermott. It's exactly what he does. Good ball. Now Appleton available inside. Back it goes. Nice little 1-2, but is there enough on it? No. Charlton defender Barnes gets in there first. But handy position for the throw. Appleton now. Back it goes to John McDermott. Appleton again. Woodrington is square. Appleton stands on it. Goes now. Jack Lester turning his man. No. The referee says get on. Everybody standing waiting for a free kick one way or the other. Leeburn. Not quite what he meant. Robson. Leeburn. Looking for offside. Referee say play on. Don't know if Town really wanted it. Kinsella. Sees an awful lot of the ball, does Kinsella. Barnes finds Lisby. Well picked off. Gallimore. Only Mendonca forward for him. That's where he's hit it. It's a cracking ball. Oh, it's a gem of a ball now. Who's in support? Appleton's in the middle. Still Clive Mendonca into the area. Couldn't give it enough. A couple of times that's happened. John Oster. Now Clive Mendonca. It was a great ball out of defence. Offside. Town free kick. 36 minutes gone, 1-0 to Town. That Clive Mendonca penalty, 26 minutes gone when we scored it. John McDermott. Looking for Clive Mendonca. Half away by Charlton. Leeburn, real handful. This is Brown. Robinson. Kinsella looking for Lisby. They wanted handball, they've not got it. Lisby still. Good pressure on him by Mark Lever. But I thought he controlled the ball with his hand. Whether intentionally or not, I don't know, but the fact is it brought it down to his foot. Thankfully Alan Miller dropping on it. Straight through the middle. Kinsella. Looking for Leeburn, who's peeling off. Good header. Oh. And again the referee saying play on, but I thought Lisby pulled Graham Roger won't go to ground for no reason at all. I reckon Lisby must have pulled him round. Gallimore. John Oster switched his wing. Clyde Mendonca. Can't keep control at the moment. Witherington. Gallimore. Well played. Neil Woods. Look at the right hand side. It's got to go to Oster. Been standing there for him. I don't know how long. Here he is now. Oh, good skill. And again. Great play. Goal kick's the result though. Lively feet. Nearly got away with it. Patterson's goal kick. John McDermott up in the air by Witherington. By Leicester, should I say. Charlton throw. Oh, well in by Mark Lever. Kinsella stretches and finds a good ball. Now Lisby on a run. Graham Roger is with him. Have to keep on his feet. Robinson, nasty cross. Lee Burns' header actually took it away, I reckon, there from Brendan O'Connell. Town goal kick. – 40 minutes gone, still 1-0 to Town. Apart from the penalty, of course, and the sending off, not an awful lot of action for you. It's been a pretty dour old game. And then Bunker out jumped by Brown. Gallimore. Jack Lester. Ball out. Witherington asking the referee if he's sure. Easy one for Gallimore. Not a good ball back from him though. Well up by Witherington and by Neil Woods. Somebody's got to get in there and get it to feet. Mark Lever. That's all he could do at the end. Robinson trying to get past Gallimore. Might do yet. Yep. Just obstructed. Just ran across him. So nasty position for Town to defend this one. If Robinson puts good swing on this, I mean, there's two men just on the edge of the area. Nobody's yet picked up. And it comes. Miller's there. Missed a lot. And it's a good run by, I think it was number 10 Lisby. The linesman was flagging, you're right Graham, but looks like Lisby got in there first in front of everyone. Mark Lever, well in. Charlton getting out of trouble well. Nasty looking ball, Graham Roger underneath it. It falls straight for Robinson though. No, off his knees, out for a goal kick. Can certainly kick a ball, can old Miller. Here's Oster. Nice header. Oh! Just wanted it to fall for Appleton. Well by Neil Woods. Gets it back. Nope. Trying to put it on a plate for Clyde Mendonca. Gallimore in well. Roger just got a toe end to it. Lisby, well in by Mark Lever, doing much the same. Gallimore away, Mendonca, out jumped by Brown. Tommy Witherington, good play. He's trying to get it into a bit of space. Mark Lever should get this. Witherington, good skill. Mendonca, nope, challenge comes in. Got to be offside. Town have certainly fought for everything, there's no question about that today. Gallimore. Jack Lester, good header. Actually too good a header, he wanted a bit of side on it. Here's John McDermott. Witherington found a bit of space for himself. Did well. Gonna give after. Oops. Now Tommy Witherington put a bit of elbow in first and Kinsella reacted to it. Well, Kinsella's been booked and I'm afraid I think Tommy Witherington's got this man sent off. What a great shame. What a great shame. Tremendously skillful player. And I'm afraid Tommy Witherington gave him a bit of elbow first and I think Kinsella reacted to it, which of course he can't do, but the end result of that is a man's had to leave the field. Well in by Neil Woods, good challenge. Charlton down to 9. Appleton. Gallimore. We'll switch this all around. Good ball to Appleton. Space for Mendonca. Gotta be 2. Oh, great save. John Oster comes into the area. Still Oster. Appleton's in there. Man is down and injured. And I think the referee's saying foot high. Appleton's going in the book. I don't think the referee's any idea. He's going for the ball. He was going for the ball. He wasn't trying to kick anybody in the head. And he's going to get booked as a result of this. Bad booking. Out and out bad booking and bad refereeing. I'm convinced that Appleton was going for the ball. I don't think any player in his right mind goes to kick somebody in the head. Queer decision. 1-0 to Town as half time is up, we reckon. And well, not an awful lot of football to talk about, but certainly a lot of everything else to talk about. Charlton down to 9, and they won't be too happy with the referee, I'm afraid. Lisby. Gallimore with him. Here, Charlton throw. And the Charlton fans behind that goal not happy at all. Horcross just hit it in, didn't pick anybody out. Another Charlton throw. Lee Byrne. Back it comes. Well, there's a half-time whistle. Charlton captain Brendan O'Connell not happy at all with the referee. And I think the sending off of Kinsella was a bit harsh. Rufus obviously said something out of place. Footballing wise, it's a scoreline of Town 1, Charlton Athletic 0, courtesy of that penalty from Clive Mendonca. We'll have a spin back at everything at half time, no doubt. We'll see you for the second half. So, there's a man who's called the tune so far this afternoon, sent off to the referee, Mr. Coddington. And in fairness, as I say, we always have a good spin back if we can do at half time. And although there were a few arms flying around in the Widrington-Kinsella challenge, what actually happened is Kinsella coming in behind Tommy Widrington seemed to stand on his ankle. That sent Tommy to the ground. And like I say, although there are a few arms going around, that's what Kinsella's got sent off for. Our mate Richard Rufus, of course, bad mouthing. So, and the penalty, yes, just about. The ball got pushed past the man. Chappell still made the challenge. Late challenge. So, despite what the referee has done, he's queer way in doing it. He's probably done it about right, actually. The Charlton fans won't say so. Here's Graham Roger. We'll have a look around, see if there's any changes. I don't think there are in the Town side by the looks of things. Oh, good skill by Gallimore. Neil Woods. Oh, no, he went over the leg. Jack Lester tried to spin, couldn't do so. Well in by Graham Roger. Well in by Mark Lever. Here's Appleton. Booked late on in the first half, as you know, just tried to get it through, he's won it back. Good player, this chap. Ton of talent. And then, as soon as I say that, does he do that? Down below us, Kenny Dalgleish and Terry McDermott couldn't sign enough autographs. I don't think they've turned a single lad away. Gallimore. Widrington's made a great run through the middle. He's still available. Leicester still going. Great play. Clive Mendonca lays back. Whoa, no. Appleton, no. Completely miscued. Great little layback by Clive Mendonca. But of course, let's not forget Charlton down to 9 men. Hopefully Town should be able to take full advantage of that. Whether or not we will do is another thing, of course. 1-0 through that penalty, and we'd certainly like to see a goal or two coming from open play. That's from Town, of course. Graham Rogers' header goes out. Charlton throw. Just looking to see if Charlton Athletic have made any changes. I don't think... No, Graham confirming alongside me, we don't think they have. They're getting on with it. Tommy Widrington doing his defending as well. If this ball should break out to defence, John Oster's in an absolute acre of space down below us. Oh, nice back heel. O'Connell, ball comes in. Nasty one. Mark Lever seemed to be turned around. Corner kicks the result. Mark Robson with it. To the penalty spot, they're looking for Leeburn. Couldn't guide it. Nice goal kick. Nice and easy, Tony Gallimore. Nice change of play. John McDermott. Widdrington forward in space. John Oster. Still John Oster. Back to Appleton. Widdrington, nice back heel. Oster gets in there, and again John McDermott still going. This is a chance. Oh, shaved the post. Clyde Mendonca side-footed it, went for placement. Couldn't have been much closer without hitting the woodwork, I don't think. And arguably should have scored. Ball wiggled its way through. John McDermott was the man with it. You've got to say it probably should have been 2-0. Gallimore lets the ball bounce. Volleys it forward. Jack Lester on the run. Charlton having to play. Jack Lester's done well. Forcing the man. Gallimore. Robson. O'Connell. Still O'Connell. Robson again. No. Miller's there. Nice roll out for Appleton. Oster goes on his way. Mendonca and Leicester forward. Tommy Widdrington is in a nice square position. Appleton's overrun. Still Town's ball. John McDermott. Appleton in the shade of space. There's Tommy Widdrington, and left hand side is free for Gallimore. Still Tommy Widdrington, through the middle he goes. Clyde Mendonca back again, nice back heel. Leicester 2-0. Good play, very good play. Tommy Widdrington using himself as a pivot in that all the way along. Nice little back heel. And then Jack Lester put on a plate for him. Jack Lester gets his third league goal. 2-0. So 51 minutes of the game gone. Town 2-0 up. Gallimore. Still going. The ball's still in play. Andy Patterson. Nicely met by Mark Lever. John McDermott. Good run by Appleton, but seen early by Charlton. Tony Barnes with a ball. Play switch now across to Steve Brown. Well in. Now Jack Lester. Clyde Mendonca can knock it off to Widdrington. Widdrington's run through the middle. Clyde Mendonca still going. Past two challenges. Town throw. Graham Roger. Widdrington. Still Tommy Widdrington. John McDermott now. Appleton available. This is Appleton. Oh, good skill. Great skill. First class touch. Just clipped the ball past the defender, spun away. Charlton looking to make the first substitution of the afternoon by lots of things. I don't know then. It looks like Charlton might not be making a substitution. The man's put his tracksuit top back on, that's what's happened. But Charlton looking to make a change. Pressure. And now we have the substitution. It's double substitution in actual fact. Off goes Barnes and Lisby. Or triple substitution. Crikey. Robson goes off, Steve Brown goes off, and Kevin Lisby goes off. Which obviously means then that Keith Jones, Stuart Barmer and Sean Newton come on. I don't think I've ever seen all three men come on at the same time. Yeah. Well, I mean, arguably down to 9 men and 2-0 down, you've got to say that as far as Charlton are concerned, the game should be over. Whether or not the 3 new men can put a bit more of an injection of life into it or not, I don't know. Time will tell. Graham Roger wanted a call. Nice touch. Mendonca, Widrington, great ball. Cracking ball to Oster. Still John Oster, takes it to the line. Cuts back, great cutback. Absolute gem of a cutback. Took out the keeper altogether, and extremely good defending there on the back post. Corner kick for Town. Town's first, I believe. John Oster will take it, but great skill. Nothing Patterson could do about the cross. The defender behind him did particularly well. 2-0 to Town. Graham Roger and Mark Lever will be in for this one. Of course, they've lost the height of Richard Rufus. Hit to the near post, there's a flick on. Surely Graham Roger. Can't believe it. And neither can we. Jack Lester, it's deflected and deflected straight into Patterson. Had goal all over it. Good save. Jones through the middle, seen by big Mark Lever. Now Neil Woods, once again Oster's a man available, right wing. John Oster cuts in, tries to leave man behind, can't do so. John Oster just getting a little bit physical there with Stuart Barmer. Charlton free kick. Leeburn did well, as did Gallimore. Knew exactly where Miller was. John McDermott. Town pressing all the time now, of course, quite rightly so. Gallimore. Mark Lever. John McDermott. Mendonca's the man. There's Clyde Mendonca, left the ball behind. Whoops. In comes Appleton. Well in. Appleton again. Now then. It was between goalkeeper and defender. It was a vicious cross. And at the end of the day, Steve Brown did well to get it away. Town's second corner, 58 minutes gone. Once again to the near post, this time met by Charlton. Town got the opportunity to give it distance from the throw. John McDermott. Mendonca leaves it to John McDermott. Nice skill. Brendan O'Connell. Well, it's asking a lot of Lee Byrne. Miller's come a long way. Well in. Keith Jones with a throw. Another Charlton throw. 2-0 to Town. Clive Mendonca with a penalty and Jack Lester with the goal. Well, goal for open play, of course. Nasty looking cross. Missed by everyone. Gallimore. Took a bit of a deflection on the way through. Stuart Newton gets a throw on the far side, leaves it in turn to Keith Jones. Here's Newton, well in by Gallimore. Appleton, 3 men forward, played it behind Oster. John McDermott's going on his way, checks now. John Oster coming inside, no, not enough on it. Gallimore. Ball out, Charlton throw. Back it goes to Patterson. Graham Roger up well. Clive Mendonca. Good turn, then pulled back a little bit, but nothing's going to be given for that. Set the throw. O'Connell pinching some yards. Another Charlton throw. Leeburn. Should be cleared. Neil Woods back there. Good ball. Michael Appleton. John Oster once again. John McDermott goes outside him. John Oster. Look at Witherington in the middle again. Not used. John McDermott. Oster. Still Oster. Bundled out of it. Muscled out of it. Well, after Tuesday night, I'd have thought John Oster would have known better. Referee having a quiet word, I suspect. Brendan O'Connell, the man being talked to, and Oster. Charlton have got the free kick, of course. But Town, for me, just trying to over-elaborate a little bit when, I'm not saying we should take route 1, but well up by Leeburn, but you've just got to say to yourself, well, why don't we just play simple stuff? Witherington, Oster, Appleton will make room outside. Look at Leicester on the far post, that's the ball, back inside. Oh, it was good play by all. That's what we wanted, yeah. Jack Lester peeled off on the far side, nodded the ball back down. Unfortunately for us, Andy Patterson got in there before Clive Mendonca did.
2
Graham Roger, good header. Charlton pick it up in midfield though. O'Connell again, leaves it this time to Keith Jones. Newton. Town get in there first, so Appleton. Still Appleton. Oster's the man once more. This is Oster. Look at the man in the middle, surely. Should have looked up. Clyde Mendonca was available. Or better place, shall we say. John McDermott got in there, as did Appleton, now Widdrington. I don't think John McDermott particularly wanted that ball back. Oster, John McDermott. Whoops, yes, a foul. Jack Lester on Steve Brown. Free kick taken quickly, and probably too quickly. Good clearance though by Patterson at the end. McDermott in. Jones, Robinson, Barmer, Mark Levers across. Charlton throw. Leeburn. Good effort. Great effort by Robinson. Flash shot by John Robinson. Alan Miller seeing it. Probably a shade late, I suspect, at his near post. Could do no more than palm it away. It's going to be Robinson himself with the corner. I think the man got there before Miller. And Town didn't need to do that. O'Connell. Chappell. John McDermott in there. Leicester, nicely done. John Oster. Hoping to go through the middle. Nearly. Chappell's leg stuck out there. Newton, good skill. Finds Leven. Layback's a bit tight. John Oster got in well. Still Oster. Good play. Just checked. This will be McDermott. Neil Woods this time is a man at the far post and available. Town slow it down. Widdrington, Gallimore. Still Tony Gallimore through the middle it goes. Leicester nearly got away. Jones. Newton, still going. Jones finds Brown on the right wing. Not a good cross. Away by Widdrington to Mendonca. Wants a call. He tried to slip it to Jack Lester. That was the idea. Through the middle and offside. Miller, space for Gallimore on the far side. Neil Woods going down the left wing. Gallimore comes inside. He's going to have to get rid of it now. Widdrington. Charlton still making it difficult for Town. Appleton, space for Oster, but offside on him. Well won by Leeburn, but couldn't direct Gallimore. Nice touch, Appleton. He meant that. Nah, leave her. Good play. John McDermott. Oster. Widrington inside. Back to John Oster. John McDermott. Well, we had 4 men in the middle there. I don't know what was wrong with putting the ball in. Appleton. Michael Appleton. Back it comes to him. No, ran straight into the man and pulls him round. Free kick. O'Connell. This will be Chappell. Who gave it away? Oster. Offside. John McDermott pulls it back and pulled it back to nobody. We're making hard work of this. It's a good job Charlton are down to 9. Robinson still going, looking for handball and getting it. And there's going to be a booking here for Graham Rodger. Graham Rodger palmed the ball. Now, how serious the referee thinks that to be, I don't know. Yellow card. Oh, it's Lever in actual fact, sorry, I beg pardon. Steve Brown, nicely worked free kick, but well wide of the mark. Never troubling Miller, I'm glad to say. But as I said earlier, Town making hard work of this. We seem to have lost the ability to just play simple stuff. I know Charlton are making it difficult. They're doing very well considering they're down to 9, but you'd think we'd try to pull them around a bit more than what we are doing. Miller's ball out wasn't a good one. Gallimore. Gary Childs getting stripped. Graham on half-backs figures has just mentioned. As Charlton come forward, that's a goal kick. Looked quite threatening there for a minute. But I think this will be a straight swap for John Oster, because one thing about Gary Childs is he can deliver absolute killer ball given the opportunity to do so. I'm not saying that John Oster hasn't done a good job, but we've just tried to over-elaborate, I think, for me, on a couple of occasions. But we'll see. It might be, yeah, we see boards of going up over there. It might be Jack Lester even. We'll find out in a minute or two. I'd have thought the obvious would have been just a straight swap, winger for winger, so to speak, but might be that we're pushing Neil Woods through the middle, you see. Jones. Still Jones. Gallimore. Mendonca, nicely laid back. Now Widrington. Early ball to Oster, took a bit of a bobble. It's met him now. Look at Leicester on the far side. Mendonca's the man. Wide of the mark. Well, that was more like it. At least the football was direct, and in being direct it caused more problems for Charlton. Didn't give them opportunity to think about how they could defend it. And it is Jack Lester who's going to go off. Gary Childs will come on. They'll get a good round of applause with Jack Lester. He's done an awful lot of legwork today. Got himself a goal. And it looks like they're putting Neil Woods through the middle, just taking Jack Lester's position. And John Oster will go left wing, Gary Childs right wing. And I think we're in effect, or we ought to be in effect, playing four men up front now. O'Connell. I thought that came back off Newton's feet, but Charlton get the throw. Jones. Still Jones. O'Connell. Dharma again. Let the ball run away. Appleton, still Appleton. Mendonca, not quite a touch, nearly, and a good challenge by Chappell. Saved the day there probably for Charlton. 2-0 still to Town. Miller hits it towards Neil Woods. Now Clyde Mendonca, there's the layoff into Oster. Still going. Still in there. Patterson falls on it. But again, at least it's more like it. At least the direct approach worked out. Lee Byrne fairly bundled off it by Graham Rodger. And then Tommy Widrington knocking over Jones. Free kick taken. Jones. That'll be Newton on the chase. Done well. Still Newton. Nice cross. Graham Rodger was there. Now John Oster knocks it forward. Neil was out jumped. Widrington, good play. Finds Clyde Mendonca. Now Gary Childs. Still Gary Childs. There's a layoff to John McDermott. A lot of space for McDermott. Why we haven't delivered the cross earlier, I don't know, but here it comes now. Oster, good header back to Neil Woods. On a plate for Appleton. Gary Childs. No way they're going to get a penalty out of that. Gary Childs again. McDermott. Tommy Widrington. Neil Woods. Back it comes. John McDermott. Appleton, and across the face a goal. Goal kick. All I can say is it's a good job we're 2-0 up. Can't get to that one. Gary Childs does. Good skill. Knocked over. Lee Byrne. Still Lee Byrne. Town not getting to him. Too much on the pass. John McDermott looking for Oster. Tried to knock it inside for Mendonca, it didn't come off. Newton. Gallimore. Still Gallimore. Wrestled around, Town free kick. Yep. Ironic applause. It's O'Connell. O'Connell, no need to do that in actual fact. It was a foul on Gallimore. He's pulling him around. Just sheer frustration on O'Connell's part. Gary Childs. Once again, Widrington making that run through the middle. Neil Woods, nice ball back to Gary Childs. Just couldn't quite reach Widrington. Back it comes, Gary Childs again clips it in. Chappell gets it away. Mark Lever in there with Leeburn. Mark Lever again. Well played by Big Mark. Gary Childs, good ball. No, just didn't quite get it through. Gallimore steps over it. Gary Childs. Half shrugged over, but we've got ourselves a free kick out of it, taken quickly. Widrington. Back to Gary Childs. We really ought to be making Charlton pay. We've only basically scored the one goal against the 9 men. Appleton. Still Appleton. Appleton goes back to try and retrieve the situation. It was a bad pass at the end by him, but he was having to wait for people to make space. Newton left the ball behind. Slammed left wing. This is Barmer. Away by Widrington. Picked up again, no first by Charlton. Might be a dangerous ball, that one. Well done by Gallimore at the end. Newton's very, very quick. He nearly got the wrong side of him. ...80 minutes of the game played, it's 2-0 to Town. And you'd really think that Town would try and extend this lead. I'm not saying they're not trying, they don't seem to be going about it in the right manner. The first concern, of course, is holding on to 3 points without question. But you've got a first-class opportunity here of developing on that, and we haven't taken it. Gallimore. Oh, I don't think he was. He just wasn't offside. Sure, he wasn't offside. I don't think he was offside when the flag went up, let alone when the ball was kicked. Everybody forward for Charlton, just about. Good header by Mark Lever. He's up against Leeburn. He's making a pretty good job of it. There you've got it again. Still Leeburn. Chappell goes square. Robinson picked off by Appleton. Neil Woods bundled over, but he got the ball out to Oster. John Oster hanging on to it. Gallimore. Graham Roger certainly didn't want that. Well in by Roger, but it's Charlton just winning it back all the time. Well, we'll stop tackling now, that's basically what's happened. In comes across, Miller took it well. Gary Childs. Gary Childs again. Oster's doing his lace up on the far side. Widrington now to John Oster. Only two in the middle. John Oster cuts inside, lets the shot go. I don't know about headed away. Well, got his head in the way of by Steve Brown. Gallimore will take the throw. Widrington. John McDermott. Well, everybody says shoot, we could do a lot worse. Gary Childs. Wants it back. No, not going to work. Gallimore. Mark Lever now on the right wing. Gary Childs. Back to Gary Childs. Widrington. Pulled over. Nothing given. Gary Childs again. Appleton. Yep, he'll get to this now. In comes a cross. Nice. Good header by Clyde Mendonca. But he had to stretch for it a little bit. It's always going to be a difficult one. It was made by Appleton's run. Graham Roger up well. Well in by Neil Woods. Secondly by Widrington. Look at the man on the far side. That's Oster in space. There's going to be a shot coming in now. Oh, blocked again by Brown. The shot was on its way. Good skill. Long ball out of defence. 5 minutes of the game left, we reckon. Scoreline is still 2-0 to Town. Jack Lester goal in the second half, and that penalty from Clyde Mendonca in the first half. Plenty of fans making their way out the ground. Not that we know how many people were in here in the first place, because the scoreboard's not told us so far today. Here's Leeburn. Robinson. Leeburn. Leeburn, edge of the area, still going. Good challenge at the end there. John McDermott with it. Now Appleton. Poor ball. Yep. Michael Appleton knows it. Chappell. Leeburn out jumped. Newton. Still Newton. Nobody getting the challenge in. Brown. Could have been a good ball, but easily seen by Gallimore, who in turn finds a good pass to Gary Childs. John McDermott goes outside. Gary Childs cuts inside. Neil Woods. There's the ball to the wing now. Town playing keep ball. Gallimore comes square. Through the middle we go. Now Neil Woods, surely got to make something of this. Far side. Volleyed over the top by John Oster. Nicely set up by Neil Woods. Mark Lever. Miller.
Have a go, goalkeeper!
Gallimore. Back to Graham Roger. 3 minutes left though. Somebody got clobbered there, Widrington. Well, we're going to win the ball back eventually, I suspect, but Gallimore, Neil Woods, man jumped into his back, nothing's been given. Leeburn, left on the floor by Graham Roger. This will be Miller's ball. Gary Childs, Neil Woods, nicely played. John McDermott. Clyde Mendonca, John McDermott. Childs is available, as is Tommy Widrington square, and now Gallimore left side. Clive Mendonca. Minute and a half left of the game. The only surprising thing here is that Town haven't made more of the two-man advantage. I think John Oster was half asleep there. Whoops. Goal kicks the result. Into the last minute. Once again, Tommy Witherington taking some punishment in midfield. John McDermott. Hung on to it far too long. Appleton. Gary Childs. Nice little ball to Appleton. Poor layoff by Neil Woods. This is Newton. And this is fast as well. Corner kick. Corner comes in, Lee burns a target, goal kick will be the result. We reckon it is now time. The scoreline is 2-0 to Town. Jack Lester scoring a goal here in the second half. Clive Mendonca the penalty in the first half when Charlton had 2 men sent off. And as I said only a couple of minutes ago, Town won't get a particularly rousing round of applause for this game because the people in here are just going to wonder where have the goals come from in the second half, or where haven't the goals come from in the second half, with a 2-man advantage. I did mention the fact of the matter was that the points were the important thing. We've got the points, but we had a first class opportunity to get ourselves sorted out with a few more goals for. We've not taken advantage of that, but we have got the points in the bag. Charlton will feel a bit disgruntled that they've lost 2 men in this game. But it's a top-hole match. 2-0 to Grimsby Town. 4,139 people in the ground today. Sparse crowd. And Bradford City next weekend. We'll see how we get on with a visit over there.